Hi. Oh goodness. Why does it look just got blurry? What? Oh no, this thing just got dark. Or something. Just got blurry or dark. Am I on live? Yes, I am live. Okay, hi. Hi, hello. Hi, Demitra. Um, so I just decided just to press record, just to come on live, just to talk to myself again. Hi, anybody who watches this and tunes in, um, now or later. So I don't even know what I'm going to be talking about. I'm just going to be talking about some stuff, and hopefully, check this volume. Okay, it's up, and yeah, hopefully, whatever I say makes sense to me and to whoever else watches it. I'm quite sure it will make sense to me. I guess we will see. But okay, so what do I want to talk about? Um, I don't know what am I watching? This is the the Dark Half. The Dark Half is the 2 hour long movie. I'm on 20 minutes and 48 seconds. I just push pause. Excuse me. The Dark Half. I read the plot. This is my first time actually watching it, so I just put it on. But the plot is that's what it's called. Yeah, what the movie's supposed to be about. Um, and this guy, and this movie came out, I don't know, I think the early 2000s, maybe. Um, but the guy, the main character, this man, he actually is an author of books. You know, he write books and everything. And some of the books he write, why does it look, I do not like how this look. What is, I don't know how, I don't like how this look. Okay, well, I had a light on, but I just cut it off. That actually looks a bit better. Ooh, yeah. I might as well even just cut it. No, I don't know. But anyways, the art, the main character, this older man, he writes plenty of books and stuff like that. So he is, some of the books he write is in his other personality. Like he has two personalities, and come to find out, when he was, I think, like 12 in the beginning of the movie, I'm gonna say he was like 12 or so. He was getting these terrible migraines, like migraines, and his mama took him to the eye doctor, and he liked to type. He liked to write things, so he's been writing and typing, ever since he was a kid, write stories and stuff like that. So one time he was writing like on a paper, and he started just getting this terrible migraine, this terrible headache, just like ah. So his mama took him to the eye doctor, and the doctor was like, "Oh, you know how they be. You won't have nothing to worry about. Just take these eye drops. Just do this, and we'll monitor it. No problem." And I'm talking about the movie The Dark Half. Okay, The Dark Half. Okay. So and like I said, I'm only 20 minutes and 48 seconds in. I push pause. I'm about to play it back. Well, I'm about to play it. But anyways, so he went to his mama took him to the eye doctor, ophthalmologist, and then that's what the doctor said. Hey, just give him his eye drops. They'll be fine. Yada yada. Fine. So then I don't know. I guess a couple of weeks later, a couple of days later, it happened again, and he was on his way to get on the school bus for the morning time. So he was outside, and then the school bus pulled up. He run into the school bus, and other kids was going to the school bus too, and his mama was looking out the window, and then all of a sudden she seen her son like like doing it again, like with a terrible migraine on my aunt feet. Happy birthday, Avon. Yeah, my aunt feet. My son's birthday is today. My oldest son. Wow, my oldest son's birthday is today. But anyways, so yeah, I already told him what I need to tell him. I mean, I'll probably call him again later today. But anyways, getting back to the movie. So his mama looked out the window and the boy on the ground like, ah, my head, my head, my head. So, everybody started running to him. The bus driver got off the bus. A car that stopped for the school bus, the person got out their car to attend to him. Of course, his mama came out the house and attend to him. And so that's when they did like a CAT scan or something. So this part, and I was eating popcorn when this part came on. I was not expecting this part, and I'm not going to tell. Well, I guess I am telling the movie up to 20 minutes and 48 seconds. So they did a CAT scan on him, and then they was operating on him like the brain, like they seen something in his brain. So they opened up his brain. He's on the operating table, and inside his brain was a freaking eye, an eye and like a tooth, and then the doctor was like, could have been a twin. So basically, come to find out, it was a twin. Like when his mama was pregnant, she had twins, but I guess he, I ain't gonna say ate the other twin, but I heard stories about this when it's like two twins and then one twin, they just combined, like basket case that came out in 1982. I think that was kind of something, basket case, where I know it came out in 1982 when the boy, he had his twin in the basket because he wasn't fully developed, but he was developed, but he wasn't fully developed like an adult human, per se. But he kept his twin in the basket. But anyway, so this movie, this guy, I guess, didn't even know what was going on. His mama probably ain't even know. But they did surgery on him and yada, yada, yada. So come to find out, he had a twin that was inside of his brain, or like the eye and a tooth. And this is by Stephen King. This is a book by Stephen King that made it into a movie. So anyways, that's how far I got. And so they fast forwarded until like 23 years later. He's a grown man now. He got twins of his own, a boy and a girl. And then a mother, I love her. Well, I don't love her, but I mean, well, she's cool. His wife on this movie is the lady that played on Field of Dreams. If you built it, they will come. Field of Dreams, the wife in that movie, Field of Dreams. I think her name was Annie. Annie in the movie Field of Dreams is playing his wife in this movie, The Dark Half. So basically, that's how far I've gotten. Um, Oh yeah, and some man, he's a professor like at a college or whatever, teaching about writing. And some man, he look all strange and just whatever. He was trying to like, what's that word? Espionage, expunge, explurge, expunge, something, exploit. I think that's what he was trying to exploit him, because the dude that's been writing the books, the main character, he used another name for the books and a whole nother picture, for the author. So he's not even using his real name to write the books or his real picture. He's using somebody else, George something, Stryan, I don't know, something like that. So the dude who approached him after one of his classes, this older man, he was like, "Yeah, can you sign this book? Can you sign your book for me? Here you go. Autograph your book." And then the professor guy, the main character, he was like, "But that's not my book. I didn't write that." Then he showed the picture on the back of the book, and the guy was like, "You did write this." So anyways, I had a little private conversation, and the guy was like, "Hey, I know you wrote this book and you're using a fake name, and this is a fake picture. I can expose you, yada yada yada." I think the guy wanted some money. I don't know, but something like that. So basically, I'm about to push play now. So basically, yeah, the guy, I just felt like this plot was like interesting, because you know how they play like a preview of the movie before you actually before you actually watch it. It seemed interesting. Like the guy, the main character, which I can't even, don't know his name, but he was he was talking to his wife or somebody, or his wife dad, I don't know. And he was just saying, like, when George, I guess his twin inside of him, when George take over, like, he writes a whole lot, like he can write number one books and this and that or whatever, like when George take over and start writing, versus when he himself, like, write, he be getting like blockages and stuff like that. Like he could still write, but when he let George take over, it's like boom, 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 like number one best selling book, you know. So I mean he's doing pretty good. He's not like the top tier, but his books are selling and people are reading them. So yeah, so that's all I got so far from the movie. Um, so yeah, so I hit play. So, but anyways, whew, okay, 10 minutes in. Okay, so Demitra, what are we going to talk about? Oh my goodness, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just be talking. Like, I don't know, it's like, man, so many things that I ain't gonna say so many things, but it's been things that's just be on my mind that I want to speak out to people or just like speak it out in the universe. But I'll be talking to myself, like I'm so used to talking to myself, like literally, like telepathically. Like if I say something, I'm like conversating with myself. I don't speak out loud. I mean, now I am, you know, I can see myself. But when it's like a regular conversation, or well, not conversation, like she having conversations with herself. Well, yeah, it's me, myself, and me, myself, and I. So technically, I am three people: me, myself, and I, and together we are Demitra. So yeah, so I'll be thinking about that too, cause I'll be writing some stuff. I'll be writing some stuff. Um, and I kid you, man, I'll be saying, I know I got to put all my writings together. When I say I got books here, papers here, another book there, with just me writing things, and it's like parables, you know, like it's like parables, and I'm like, I need to put all of this together to combine it to make it make sense. And I be trying to do that, and then while I'm doing it, it's like some more things come to my mind, so then I got to get another paper because I be trying to have it like on one sheet, like put like rewrite it all on one, you know, not on one, but rewrite it on papers, you know, like in order, but not really in order, but just writing it down instead of a sheet here, a book here. Like I'm trying to put everything in one book. Okay. And then so when I'm doing that, you know, I'm writing it over, you know, I'm looking at what I wrote and then I'm rewriting it on inside of a new book, you know, or another book rather. And some more stuff be coming to me. So I'm like, all right, let me put this together. So then I got to get another sheet of paper and start writing it down, you know, writing what I just heard or what I was coming to me on another sheet of paper instead of writing it on a good sheet that I've been writing the rewrites. If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know. It's just like it's so many writings, y'all. What I'm getting at is so many writings, and I'm like, Demitra, put it all together. Like I have this time, like I'm here, and then at times I just like, oh, I just want to just relax and take a nap and just chill. You know, like I do clean and cook just about every morning. Well, not cook every morning, but I do clean. Like when it's just me here, I'll probably make myself some breakfast. If not, then I eat lunch, but I do eat dinner. But I'm just more so just like, you know, just thinking about things. And I'll be like, Demitra, just record yourself, just talk, let the words come to you. So I'm getting to a point where I be telling myself, or I just be saying, like, I done said what I had to say about who I am, what I am, what's coming. And I'm like, I don't want to keep repeating it. So now I'm like, come up with other ways to say the same thing in a different format, you know, because you know how like a lot of people they learn differently. Some people learn, like me, I'm a visual person. I'm a visual learner. Like I have to see. If somebody give me some instructions to do, they have to demonstrate it first. You know, you can't just say put A and B and strew this on a circle on that part and then flip it over and then it's a blue string, take that blue string out and then connect that to this and it's just like and I can be writing it down the steps that I need to take. But I'm like, you have to can you demonstrate it, you know, like how they be doing on what's them shows like them endurance shows where like they got to do obstacle course and stuff like that. So obviously we don't see, the TV part. We don't see somebody demonstrating how every obstacle supposed to go. So on a TV show, we just see the host. Yeah, this is what you got to do. You got to swing past that. You got to jump past here. You got to turn around and do that. And you got to do this. You got to do that. So that's what we just hearing them say. So then the next thing we see the competitors, the contestants doing it. But I'm quite sure somebody demonstrated to the contestants this is how it's supposed to be done. Try your best to do it this way. So that's how I am. I'm a visual learner, so I'm like, I mean, I can still do some things without visually seeing it, but I prefer a visual learner. So I think that's how, some most people are. I mean, and it's like it is what it is. So when I'm writing things down, I even went to the library yesterday. I went to the library yesterday. Well, we went to the library yesterday, and one of the books that I wanted, they didn't have. So the librarian was like, "Well, you can download it through the app, the library app or whatever. It's a downloadable book, and you can just download it." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So instead of like putting it on hold and wait until somebody, I think it was checked out or something, but yeah, something like that. It was already checked out and whatever, whatever. So she was like, I can put it on hold, whatever, or you can download the book or whatever. And I'm just like, I'd rather have the book in my hand. It's just something with the pages and the feel of it. So she was like, yeah, I understand. So, yes, I got that book on hold or whatever when it comes in. But I'm like I said, I don't mind downloading it and then reading it from my phone or from my tablet. But I grew up with like books in my hand with papers in my hand. So when it comes to me writing, even when I come up with stuff and then I type it on my phone, like I text myself, I like text what I want to say, or I go to the notebook part of my phone, and start typing. But I'm like, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. But at the same time, I'm like, I want to see it in my own handwriting, if that makes sense. I'm like, I want to see it in my own handwriting so I can, like, I don't know. I know that's probably kind of weird, but that's me. Um, so, but yeah. Do I want to say anything else? What is going on? I don't know. I mean, I like just talking. Like, this feels so good just to hear my own voice. And that's when I have to get used to, what in the world? Why is a leg outside of this red truck? What did I just miss? The U.S. Postal Office. Oh, yeah, and it's birds. There's like a whole lot of birds. Oh, and I wrote something. Oh, where's my book? I think I texted myself. I don't think I wrote it in a book yet. One of my parables. It's about birds. No, I think I wrote it in a book. Oh, and that's something else I was thinking about doing. Like my writings that I write in a book, I was thinking about just, since it's just me on here, like even just coming, not even doing videos, but doing lives of, a live video of me just trying to put my stuff together. Because it's like, why not just as me, and so I can probably speak it out loud, say the stuff that I wrote out loud and see how it sounds. So I'm trying to figure out, like, me, I want to like put it to some music, or do I just want to recite it? Do I want to, poetry, spoken word? And one of the songs that years ago, it's a song called An Interesting Man, and it's posted on my, I think it's posted on my YouTube. I know it's posted on my Facebook page, Demitra Hemphill, and it's called Interesting Man. And I actually sent it to a YouTuber who had his show. What is Frog? I forgot his name. Frog something. Forgive me. I know who you are. And he sent me a beat too, and that's the beat that I'm trying to work on. Like, put these words to the beat that he sent me. But anyways, I sent, this is years ago. Like, I sent him the song because he had like a YouTube channel when you sing your songs in and he play it. It's posted on my Facebook. Again, it's posted on my Facebook. His YouTube channel when he was playing my song. You know, he was playing other people's songs too, but he played my song, and it was a short show because he wasn't getting that much traction, but he will be, and you know you will be. But so anyways, when he played it, he was at the end of it, he was like, "That's pretty cool. It's like a spoken word." So in my mind, I'm like, I was going to the beat, you know what I mean, like spoken word. But I guess how I was reciting it, it was like I can see him saying the spoken word, but that's something that I didn't think about until like he said it, and I was just like, well, it is kind of like a spoken word because I wasn't like showing too much emotion when I was. I mean, I was just reading it, you know, what I wrote, and it went with the beat. So I'm like, I mean, I ain't saying I'm a rapper or anything. I ain't saying I'm a rapper, or I mean, art is in my name, so I am an artist, an artiste. But I ain't saying I'm just like a rapper or a singer or a dancer or all that. I can do all that, but I'm not that, if that makes sense. So, anyways, um, when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, spoken word. So now it's coming to me, and I'm just like, you know, yeah, a few years ago when I was like battle me raps and I had my songs and everything. Oh my goodness, I surprised myself. Oh my goodness, them songs. If I can, I don't think I can because it's on my phone. I'll play that one day. I got it because it's on this phone. My songs, but yeah, I was surprising myself when I like when I posted them songs. This is like 5 6 years ago, and listen to them songs because it's prophetic songs. It is stuff that's happening now that I mentioned in them songs, like who I am. You know, I'm trying to tell y'all in different formats. So that's why I'm like, okay, I got the rap or the music thing good. Whoever listens to it, whoever listens to it. So I be telling myself like that was Demitra. That was like 5 6 years ago. You know, yes, you did good with them songs. You even surprised yourself, like how good, you know, like how you spoke, like what you said. You know, like I'm be listening to it, like, damn, that was me. That's me. I said that. Like, oh my goodness. So now I be trying to get back to that. I'll be like, okay, I can do it again. I did it before. I can do it again. But it's like it's not coming together. It's like with the music, the beat. I'm just like, and I be like, how can I say this? I watch YouTube videos or just like online when they talking about bars and like it's what is it, 16 bars or something, and the beat changed and you gotta do. So I'm like trying to like get it with the music and like, okay, do this, do that, do that. But I'm like, when I made them songs, just say 5 years ago, it's a couple of songs. Go check them out on my Facebook page. When I made them songs 5 years ago, it was just it just happened. I just went with the flow. Like something took over me, and like me, myself, and I don't know, was it myself, was it me? But it just went with it and it came out good. And I'm just like, whoa. I mean, the lyrics, the words, everything. So, and it's the truth. The truth, okay? The truth, um, went to a beat. And I'm just like, damn, I did pretty good. I'm surprised myself. So now, 5 6 years later, I'm like, what's the problem? Come on, Demetra. Why I'm trying to get back to that. But I'm hearing like you already succeeded. Like that's a check mark. Like you good. Go to something else. You don't gotta do it with the music. Go to the spoken word. Sis Frog. What is his I'm gonna tell you his name. But Frog. You know who you are. But he is a producer. He is on YouTube. Oh my freaking goodness. Why I frog is frog something. But I'm just like now I'm more so gotta see it as like a spoken word. Like, and if it happens to go to a beat, then it goes to a beat. Then it goes to a beat. If it don't, then it don't. Like, it's just simple for me as talking. I can easily just talk and say, read what I wrote. And then when I'm writing what I wrote, and mind you, the word right, R, RITE, right, is in my name, like the Scottish rite, RITE, or the right, like an oath, RITE, right, is in my name, but also the other right, WRITE. The M can be a W. So, write, edit, read, READ, edit, idea, IDEA, all that is in my name. So, anyways, when I be writing this stuff down now, what I, what I be saying, when I be thinking, what's coming to me, and then when I reread it or when I read it, it's like I say it, excuse me, I read it how I wanted to hear it. And here is in my name, HEAR. Here is in my name. If that makes sense, like when I'm reading it, when I'm writing it, then when I'm reading it, I'm like, I picture how I want it to sound coming from me. So I'm like, okay, yeah, like how I want it to be sounding. So then when I say it, when I speak it, I'm looking at it and I'm speaking it out loud, like how I wanted to say it. It's like, it doesn't sound too appealing. I'm just like, how in the world? When I say it in my head, telepathically, when I'm reading it and everything, it's like cool. It sounds cool. It sounds good. But then when I say it out loud, it's like, what? Like, let me rewrite this. Let me add a word here. Let me erase this part. Let me add this to that. It's like, so I'm like, I gotta weigh the pros and cons on that one. Like, okay, what is it? Do I leave it? Is it just my voice that's like trying to distract me? Because I'm so used to just keeping everything inside and telepathically talking to myself and to others and just everything. And then when it comes out loud, the sound, it just get confusing or it just get jumbled up because it's like, what? You know, I don't know. I don't know. That's weird. But oh yeah, and I'm thinking about writing a short story too of a possibility because there's so many freaking possibilities. It's so many possibilities of my life and of other people's lives. But just focus on me. There's so many possibilities of I know who I am. Demitra Diane Hemphill. I know who I am. Oh my goodness. Okay, I know who I am. But the different titles or the position or my oh my goodness, I can't even explain it. Like I'm Demitra Diane Hemphill, regardless of the possibilities. I'm just saying, far as how did I get here, who I am to other people, the scenario, the circumstances, like that's what I'm talking about. And there's so many different possibilities. Like I can be a maiden. Maid is in my name. MADE and MAID. Maid, like a maid in like made in Manhattan. Made, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like made and made. Them words is in my name. So like a Cinderella kind of a thing. I can be the Cinderella story, like mom, stepsisters, yada yada yada. Or in this case, sisters and a mom. They seen that I was special and talented and gifted, so I became the black sheep. And they knew that the movie, what is it, Ella Enchanted? I think that was a movie, Ella Enchanted, where Vivica A. Fox cursed her. It was like a blessing and a curse, and nobody could knew that she was. Well, her mom was like, "Don't let nobody know the gift that your godmother gave you." It was like Vivica A. Fox, and I believe the movie was called Ella Enchanted. Okay, so her gift was like she has to obey. I believe, like yeah, I think she has to obey. Like if somebody tell her to do something, she would have to do it. Something like that. So her mom was like, "Don't let nobody know you got that, because people will take advantage of you. They know like you can't say no. They know you have to do it. So do not let people know you got this. It's a blessing and a curse. Yada yada yada. Woo woo woo." So yeah, so something like that. So what was I saying about that? Oh yeah, so for with me, so I was eating popcorn. So with me, I feel like okay, a possibility. Mind you, endless possibilities. Okay, endless possibilities. So I'm saying with me, I enjoy helping people. I don't mind watching children. My nieces, my nephews. For free. It's been times when, younger days, I was like, yeah, you give me $20. This is like years ago, 20 years ago, 15 years ago. And I was like, yeah, $20 to watch, your child for 4 hours, fine, sure. But then as I got older, I'm just like, that's my nieces and my nephew. Like, I don't need to be getting paid to watch them. Like, if y'all want to give me something, sure, but I'm not like asking for y'all to give me any money to watch my nieces and nephews. Like, I'll do it. But the other way around, when I ask my sisters, hey, can you watch? And then rarely did I ask them to watch any of my kids. Rarely, just say my sons, because my daughter, she wasn't even born. But rarely did I ask them to do that. Rarely, because me and they dads, we had a schedule. So of course I would ask they dad first. They dads was in their lives. Now a little bit too much in their lives. But anyways, they dad was in their lives. So if I had to do something on a particular day, on a weekend, and it was my time for my children, for my sons, I would ask their dad, previously, like, hey, on such and such a weekend, can we switch? Or can you wash them for a couple of hours here? Or you think you can wash them this day for me? Or whatever, whatever, this weekend, we switch a weekend or whatever, like I would ask them, the dads, first. And if the dad is like, no, I'm doing something on the weekend that she's supposed to have them, or I'm doing something that day, we can't switch. Yeah, fine. I didn't get mad. I didn't get upset. I'm like, okay, cool. Because that's what the schedule is for. It's either yes or no. Fine, cool. So then, oh, and if the dad say yes, then the dad say yes. Cool, thank you. Whatever the arrangement is, we follow through with it. So, uh, now I feel like I'm getting daggone migraine right here. So, um, if they say no, uh, I'm gonna say 30% of the time, I will probably ask my sister. Well, not even that much. If Cause I don't even, cause it's not like me and they dad on the weekends. It's something every week or something every month. So I rarely even ask they dad. So and vice versa, they dad would rarely ask me to switch a weekend. It was just like, we know we got our children that weekend. We ain't going to plan something for that weekend. So it was like we rarely, would I would ask they dad anyway to do that. That's like once in a blue moon. So when it comes to something that I really would like to attend, or I could probably be like, well, let me just ask my sisters. One of my sisters, I have three of them. So I'm like, let me just ask one of them, well, all of them, and hopefully one of them will be able to watch, my sons, whatever for that weekend. Mind you, fine. So again, I don't even ask them that much. When I say, oh my goodness, if anything, once a year, if that, for my sisters, maybe once a year, like asking all three of them once a year, if that, maybe once every 2 years, because and of course, what they answer, they will always give me no. Oh, I'm doing something that weekend. Oh no, I gotta such and such. I'm going to this place, or I, somebody is washing my children that weekend. So no, I can't wash your child. And so every single time, when I say every single time, like my sisters has never, I ain't gonna say has never. Maybe like I said, when I had one son, when I was younger, what 21, 22, 23, my younger sister Well, I don't know. I guess my sisters would probably have watched them. Like when I had one son, it was like basically a work kind of a thing. They wasn't watching them because I was going out to go to a show or to a party, to a club. No, it wasn't nothing like that. It was more so like, oh, I have to work such and such a weekend. Can you watch them? You know, whatever until whatever, or until mom come home. Or mom, can you watch my son? You know, whatever. It was something like that in the younger days, like when I was like 21, 22, 23. But that was it. As I got older, had a second son, had three sons, four sons. They ain't watched my son. My mother, of course I cannot forget this, and I'm gonna bring this up since it's like on the topic. My mom, oh my goodness, New Year's. Oh, and mind you, I watched their children. Whenever time they asked me, oh, that's what I was getting at with Ella Enchanted. They knew that it was something on me to be like, Dee Dee loves children. Like, if we ask Dee Dee, of course she'll say yes to watch our kids. Of course she'll say yes, and she don't even want any money for it. So yeah, we're gonna utilize her. And that's what they was doing. That's how I feel like they was doing now. When I was in the midst of it, I didn't feel like that. It was sometimes I felt like that, but then I was just like, nah, they really was probably busy. They really did have plans. So that's why they probably said no. And I don't ask them that often anyway. So, no big deal. But when it come to me, like I'll be rearranging my schedule. If I had things that I had planned that was scheduled, and one of my sisters asked me, oh, and they always be like, well, I already asked such and such, and they can't do it. I already asked mom, and she can't do it, and you the only person left, and I gotta really do this. So I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Yes, but again, when it comes to me, I get a no. So yeah, I want to say none of them. If I look back on my sons, my youngest son, well, it's Melvin. I'm going backwards. Melvin, Solomon, AJ, and Avon. Avon, my oldest son, yes, he was watched by my mom, by my sisters. Like I said, first child, yes, they don't watch them. I ain't gonna say a lot, but they have watched them. Second son, AJ. So that means it would have been two of them getting watched, Avon and AJ. Um, no, I'm quite sure I asked my sisters, can they watch my sons, Avon and AJ? And they said no. I'm quite sure I did. Again, not that often, because dad was in their life. Like if I had to do something, I would ask their dad. And if their dad say sure, I wouldn't have to ask my sisters or my mom. If their dad said no, and if it's something that like work wise, yeah, I would ask my mom, my sister, my mom, I don't know. Ooh, did my mom watch Avon and AJ? I'm talking about together. I know she watched Avon. Like I said, my first son, yes. But both of them together when they was younger, mm-mm, no. And I be taking my children to the store with me. Like that's how it be. Like, excuse me. I would take when I was living with my mom, like I would take my children to the store with me. I wouldn't leave them. Hey, mom, sisters, I got to go to the grocery store real quick. Can you keep an eye on my children? I wouldn't even ask them that because I'm like they're going to say no. So I would be like, "Come on, y'all, let's go to the store," and I would take my children with me to the store with me. But to them, they leave their children, in the house. My mom will watch them, or I'm going to the store real quick. Can you watch them? Because I'm just trying to go to the store and I ain't trying to be hassle with the kids and yada yada yada. So can you just keep an eye on them while I go to the store? And I'm just like, but I'm quite sure if I ask you for my children, you'll be like, now, how long are you gonna be? Pick me up this. But do that. You always got to be something extra with it. But anyways, getting back to what I was talking about with my mom. Okay, I think I said this before too, and I cannot forget this. I cannot forget what she said and the stuff that she did. My mom, I just had my younger son Melvin. What December 19th, 2014. The New Year's was coming in. New Year's was coming in. A friend of mine, she was having something at her house and everything, so and didn't want to bring the baby. You know, it's New Year's. Didn't want to bring my 2 week old son or whatever. But I did wanted to go to her, event, the New Year's Eve, gathering or whatever. I'm like, I want to go to her event. I lived in Waldorf at the time, and she still lived in Baltimore, and the drive was maybe like an hour and a half, like an hour and a half. So a couple of days beforehand, and my mom, when I was pregnant with my son, my mom didn't even want me to have the baby. She was just like, "Why you want to have another baby?" Yada yada yada. I'm just like, oh goodness. So it was like the whole pregnancy with her. She was just like I don't even know why you keeping this baby or want to have a baby, whatever. So, anyways, when my son was born, I knew she didn't approve and whatever, whatever. And then, mind you, I'm underneath her roof. I'm just like, oh. So I really wanted to go to my friend, my coworkers, get together or whatever. Plus, I haven't seen him in a while, whatever, whatever. So I did get the nerve to ask my mom. I'm like, Mom, and this was like a couple of days before New Year's. I'm just like, I'm like, are you going out New Year's Eve? Or are you staying in the house? She was like, I'm staying in. I was just like, well, do you think you can watch Melvin for a couple of hours? Because I really do want to go out. My mom, where you going? I'm going to Baltimore. Baltimore? That's a long drive. Where you going to Baltimore? I'm like, Mom, it's the New Year's Eve thing, my coworker, this and that or whatever. So she agreed. She was like, well, fine, I'll wash him, but you better be back. Oh my goodness, what time did she give me? I want to say 1 o'clock. It was either 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. I want to say one. I really do want to say 1 o'clock. She said, you got to be back here. I really want to say one, but that's like New Year's is at 12. Like, why would I leave at like 12:15 to be? Yeah, so I'm going to say two. No, I'm going to say 1:30. I don't know. It was a time where I had to leave. Like, New Year's happened 12:01. Yay, Happy New Year. Yay, yay, yay. And then I know like 15, 20 minutes later, I had to leave right after that. Like, I couldn't say to celebrate, to like eat more, to drink more, to just chill more. I had to leave. So it was like something that kind of thing going on. Like, I had to leave like 20 minutes right after the new year hit in order to be back to Waldorf. Okay. So anyways, my mom, she oh, what's this people? What's going on up in this movie? Is he offing people? What? But anyways, so my mom, she did agree. She was like, just say 1:30. Just say a simple time 1:30. So my mom was like, be back here by 1:30. And this is her words. If you're not back by 1:30, I'm never watching your son again. Don't ask me to watch your son again. If you ain't back by 1:30, I'm not watching him again. So when she said that, and this is like a couple of days before the New Year's happened. So when she said that, I was thinking about that for, until that day. So I was just like telling her, okay, thank you. I'll be back in time. I'll be back. Thank you. So after that, I'm just thinking about it. I'm just like, do I even want her to watch my son? Like, of course, I don't want to bring him. But I'm like, do I even want my mother to watch my son after what she done said? Like, if I'm not back in time, she's never watching my son again. And I'm just like, for her to say that, like, I don't even, like, no. But I'm like, I do want to just get out and just go. So I did. That night came, went out, went to Baltimore, came back, was home right before time, before the time ended, like Cinderella, be back by 12 o'clock, or you're going to turn into, your pumpkin, your courage going to turn into a pumpkin. I was back in the house. Like I said, just say my mother said 1:30. I was back at like 1:15 in the driveway, and I got out the car like 5 minutes later and got my son, and he was asleep, and I told her thank you, and I went downstairs in the room and yada yada yada. So I was back before time. But you know, I didn't ask her to wash my son no more after that. I'm like, I don't even want her to wash my son. Like for her to say that. And then, like I said, I was living at her house. And then seeing my sisters with their children, and my mom was just like so happy go lucky to watch their children with no strings attached. My younger sister can be like, okay, mom, I'm going to the hair store and to the grocery store, and she will leave all her kids, what, three, four kids in the house with my mother, like different ages. And my mom would just be watching them, and then my sister would be out for hours. And I'm like, but when I asked you to watch my, yes, he was 2 weeks old, 2 3 weeks old. He was sleeping. You know what I mean? I mean, just keep him warm, feed him, change his diaper. Like, come on now. Like, are you telling me you said that to me, but then yet you washing all your other grandkids? You washing all of your other grandkids with no problem, but then you want to sit up and say something like that to me? And then that's why I'm like, man, I'm just like so glad to get out of that damn house. Man, y'all think y'all know, y'all have no idea. And I mean, I can go on in this video. What time is it? Because if I got time, I mean, I got time. Time is in my name. Do y'all know who I am? Man. But when I say I'm so glad, and it was like a man, y'all think y'all know, y'all really have no idea the shit that I've done been through with so many of these motherfucking people. The people who supposed to care about you, the people who man, I'm telling y'all. But anyways, I had to get up out that house. Plenty of reasons I had to get up out the house when I was pregnant with my daughter. You know, and then just being having my autistic son Melvin taken from me because of his dad lies. His dad lied to get sole custody of our son, of a child that he didn't even want. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, mother, man. So having he was 3 years old at the time. 3 years old, taken from me because of his dad lied. His dad got sole custody over some bullshit. Okay. So me moving back, because I started working, like now I haven't worked since that day. I haven't worked since, like, punched in the clock since, like, I mean, I work in mysterious ways. Before I was punching in the clock, like, I haven't worked since 2018. Like, I couldn't work. When my son was taken from me because his dad lied and to get sole custody, I couldn't focus at work. And I was doing the easiest stuff. I'm talking about the easiest motherfucking stuff. I worked for the government. And it was like Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services, okay? And I just had to separate colored envelopes. You know colors, right? Colors: red, blue, green, yellow, pink, tan, you know. So a regular letter envelope, you know how you get in the mail, and you know they have like that clear window in the front, so you can see the colors. And I just had to separate, okay, blue in this pile, red, yellow, green, you know, just separate the color envelopes, put it in a pile, and then count the 50. Count them in 50s and rubber band them. Count them to 50s and rubber band them. Count them to 50s and rubber band them. Whoa. And then another tax I had to do, TASK, that I had to do, date stamp. The date stamp machine. When reader mail come in, that's like all the senior citizens, well, I ain't gonna say senior citizens, but all the people who got Medicaid and Medicare services. They would send letters, like write letters and send it in to be like, cancel my Part D, or how do I owe this much for Part C, Part A, Part B, Part D, like whatever. It's like reader mail. So you got to read what they saying. So most of this stuff, a lot of people want some kind of insurance canceled. Part D, Part A, Part B, whatever. I don't know all that stuff. So when that mail come in, it's a date stamp machine. Whenever date that mail come in, you know, somebody will already had opened it in another department. I just have to put the letter in a date stamp, to get that date stamped on that piece of mail, on that reader mail. That's what it's called, reader mail, because you got to read it, what whoever wrote, what they talking about, what they requesting, what they're asking for, what the issue is, what their concern is. So I just had to put the letter in the date stamp machine, put it in, boop. Next one, put it in, boop. Next one, put it in, boop. Next one, put it in, boop. Next one. Simple. Oh, and then I mentioned we can have earbuds in. We can listen to our music, to our shows. We couldn't watch, like, have our phone, like, watching a show or whatever. But you can, like, listen to music. I mean, you can if you be on a sneak tip. But for the most part, put Pandora on. We had our earbuds in, and that was it. Like, I couldn't even fucking do that. Once my son got taken, I was at my desk fucking crying like every 10 minutes. Just crying. Because I'm like, my son. And he's probably like, where is mommy? And I'm like, his motherfucking dad done lied. I'm like, how, like, do you even care about your child? Why would you do that to him? Why are you doing this to him? Oh my goodness. So yeah, I couldn't even focus at work. I couldn't even, because I kept thinking about my son. Like, what? Like, why? Like, why would you, even now? Like, I haven't seen my son since 2018. I have not seen my son since 2018. He was 3. Oh my goodness, over some bullshit. And I can see if I harmed him, if I did something to him, and then it's like, okay, I did something bad, and I forgive myself, and I gotta do this and do that, and work on whatever. But I love all of my children. I didn't harm none of my children. I don't harm any child. And then for him to lie and stuff like that, it'd be like I harm a child. And I'm like, and then I'm not even seeing him. I'm going back and forth to court, trying to see him. Supervised visitation. I'm like, okay, I disagree with supervised visitation, but you know what? Knowing these motherfuckers, if I don't have supervised visitation, if my son come and see me, if he come back with a scratch on his forehead, they're going to be like, oh, neglect, abuse. He got a scratch on his forehead. So I'm like, you know what? We'll do supervised visitation. Go to court. We can do supervised visitation. I just want my children all together because this is not only affecting me, it's affecting all of my children. And then this motherfucker is like, no. Like, man, I swear all of y'all is going down. All of y'all. Y'all think I'm fucking playing? I know y'all feeling it now. All y'all corrupt judges, all y'all dirty ass, crooked ass cops, all y'all crooked ass, gay ass baby daddies, fuck all of y'all. All of y'all is going down. Y'all over here hurting children. And then these motherfuckers in my personal life, they over here focus on trying to hurt me. Like, oh, let's focus on hurting her. And they know what I love is my children. So in order they know to get to me, they gotta take my children. That's my man. Oh my goodness, what is coming to y'all? What is here already? And I'ma just look at y'all fucking burning and screaming and crying. And I'll be like, yep. And then 10 times, 100 times that more than what I was feeling. All that hurt and pain, like, that my children is going through. Oh my freaking good, young. And I'm just enjoy every freaking second of it. All my baby daddies, whoever fucked me over. How many do I have? I got 4 children fathers, baby daddies. And yeah, all of them did some bull ass shit. Solomon's dad, my second one, Solomon's dad, he's okay. He's okay. Some stuff he done did, but it wasn't as dramatic as Jonathan Lamont Neal, who is Aiden and AJ's father, dad. Um, and then, like I said, Phil is next. That's Solomon's dad. He's okay. He's okay, you know. Um, and then is Melvin Brown the second, who is my son Melvin's father. Of course, my son Melvin is MB3. He's a third. And then there's my daughter's dad, which, you know, he's at work now. But man, with him, I'm trying to, y'all, y'all think y'all know, but y'all have no fucking idea the shit that I've been through with all of these motherfuckers. The shit that I'm going through, but that shit about to end. Like, I'm over here cussing. That's about to end. Like, yeah, it could be fucking Cinderella. And then my fairy godmother, Prince, the real true king, Prince, whoever, is about to come and get me. Like, and fuck all of y'all. Like, I swear, y'all. But anyways, what was I talking about? I was talking about my mom, like, and my sisters, how I watched their children, but then they couldn't, you know, watch my. Oh yeah, I was getting back to. I had to leave out the house, and I'm about to get off of here too because it's about to be an hour. I had to leave her house when I was pregnant, and get a place with my daughter's dad. And that right there, I was just like, I don't even want to live with this motherfucker. Like, man. Oh my freaking goodness. But I'm just like, my mother's house. I had, you know, my nieces and nephews running around. And then my mom would always be watching their children. And of course, you know, at this time, it was just me. My sons were with their dad. My sons were with their dad or whatever. And so it was just me pregnant with Eleanor, with my daughter. So I'm just like, even before I was pregnant with Eleanor, when my son Melvin was taken from me, I moved back in with my mom because, like I said, I couldn't work. I done lost my house, lost my car, lost I guess my job. You know, I just stopped working. Like, I didn't have any income coming in, so I had to go back in with my mom. You know, move back in with my mom. So all that right there, I was just like idle, just stuck in my mom's house. No money. No, well, I was getting food stamps, but I ain't had like no money, no transportation. Um, yeah. And then at that time too, this is of course, like I said, before I was pregnant with my daughter. This is like back in 2018. So then my sisters were pregnant. I think all of them was pregnant at the same time, like in different months. Like they had they child in, you know, different months. But it was like one of them was like 8 months pregnant. Another one was 5 months pregnant. And the other one was 2 months pregnant. You know, like something like that. But they was all pregnant at the same time. So, man, that's a story right there. So, anyways, once they had their children, and I'm in the house and I'm seeing my nieces and nephew grow up. I seen my nieces and nephews at 6 months old, at a year old, at 2 years old, at 2.5 years old. And this is and you know, I seen the similarities of my son. So I'm just like, I'm over here being around other, you know, yeah, they my nieces and nephews, but I'm being around them and I don't even have my own children. Like, I'm being around other people's children. So I was like in the midst of, like, man, when I say that was dark night of the soul, like living in the house and then seeing all these children grow up and be happy to be with their parents. And then they, man, my sisters were just like, I mean, my sisters, they love their children. They love their children. But I'm like, I be saying times when they be taking shit for granted. I'm just like, take your child to the store with you. Like, damn it. Like, leave your child in the house. Why? So I can watch them or so my mother can watch them. Like, do the moments. And I'm like, if I had my children with me, I would be doing it. So just saying, my sister, like, just leaving their children in the house so my mom can watch them or just whatever, or so I can watch them when I ain't even have my own child. That was like, So then, Eleanor's dad, he was started picking me up on the weekends. It was like, okay, let me take you out the house and we can just go. I can stay in Waldorf. We can go get a hotel for the weekend or whatever just to get you out of their environment and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay. And then when I say, like, they know me. They, like I said, I could be Cinderella. I remember a couple of times, mind you, it's just me. Like, I didn't have none of my children with me. I seen my older sons every other weekend. There was like a 10-minute drive from their dad's house to my mom's house, and I would use my mother vehicle to get my sons on Friday or Saturday or whatever, and then drop them back off on Sunday. So I would see my older sons every other weekend. And it was like, what was I talking about? I don't know, but Victoria was like, my daughter's dad, he would be like, let me just pick you up for the weekend and, just to get out the house, get out that environment, this and that. Oh yeah, this what I was getting at, the cleaning part. Like I said, I could be Cinderella. Possibility. Excuse me, because mind you, it's just me. I didn't have to clean up behind nobody but my own damn self. But my own self. If I cooked, I would cook for the whole house. Like, duh, if it's like dinner or breakfast, I would cook for the whole house. I wouldn't like just cook for myself. But during the daytime with everybody at work, mind you, I wasn't working. And I never was in the house by myself. Either my oldest niece was there or my sister's fiance boyfriend was there or just somebody was in the house. Like they was like, Dee Dee cannot be in the house by herself. That's what I come to realize, that it was like Dee Dee cannot be in the house by herself. But during the daytime, when just about everybody at school, everybody at work, the kids whose school age is at school and whatever, whatever. And I wasn't watching anybody. It was just like, hey, the dad in the house and, washing the 8-month-old baby, whatever like that. So then that's when I would go downstairs and, like fix me some lunch or fix me some breakfast, like fix me some food just for me, like, cause ain't nobody really in the house. I mean, an adult is in the house, but, they can fix their own food. You know what I'm trying to say? But when it come time to like a Saturday or Sunday morning, if I want to cook something, I cook for the whole house. Normally my mom would do it and we would clean up after her, or she would clean up as she go, of course. But what I'm getting at is, if I use the cup, if I use the plate, if I use a bowl, if I use a spoon, whatever, a pan, a pot, I would clean up after myself. I wouldn't leave no mess. I would clean up after myself. And me, I cannot cook in a dirty kitchen. And they know that. So it's been times when somebody in the house, my sisters or somebody, they done cooked some food, left the kitchen table a mess, left the counter, the stove, dishes in the sink. It's like a mess, a mess. And I'm just like, how? And they gone. They either gone or they sleep, something. But it's like that mess is there. And I'm like, how in the F do I supposed to cook like this? And I'm freaking hungry. So guess what I do? Yes, I end up washing the dishes, cleaning the kitchen up, sweeping the floor, doing all that to get the kitchen clean just in order so I can cook. you know. So when it come dishes in the sink, it be dishes in the sink. They don't be my dishes because I wash up my stuff. So it's been times my mother be like, "Ain't nobody gonna do these dishes? Ain't nobody gonna do these dishes?" And then I'm like, in my mind, like, I know she shouldn't be addressing that to me because everybody else in this house got like 4 or 5 kids, three, two, 4 kids in this house plus themselves. It's just me. So I ain't doing no damn dishes. Like, I already did some motherfucking dishes that wasn't even mine because I had to cook some food for myself. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, man, that, and there's been times where I cleaned the bathroom. Nobody didn't want to clean the hallway bathroom. I cleaned the hallway bathroom. My mom had her own bathroom in her room. So the main bathroom that everybody would use, everybody kids would go in there, all the adults would go in there, and nobody would want to fucking clean the bathroom. But guess who always clean the bathroom like every week? And then man, I like that bathroom. One time I cleaned it. Oh my freaking goodness. This, I'm gonna say this time. Oh, it was so many times coming to me. But this is coming to me real quick. My nephew, my nephew Lamarcus, He had body wash. He should have been up in that motherfucking shower, not washing his ass in the sink, first of all. But I cleaned the damn bathroom in the hallway. I'm about to get off. I don't even know what time it is. But I cleaned the bathroom in the hallway. Okay, everything clean. Fine. 20 minutes later, I go back in there, or maybe a half an hour later, I go back in there. It's blue stuff all on the sink, inside the sink, on top of the counter. I'm like, what the? I yelled down them steps like, who was in this bathroom and cleaned this shit up? This and that. Man was like, calm down. What's going on? I was like, come up here. Somebody got some blue stuff all in this sink, and I just cleaned the bathroom like a half an hour ago. Who in the world? And then so they're like, Dee Dee, calm down. I said, well, who was just in here with some blue stuff? And I'm like, what is this? What is it? What is it? So then they was like, well, Lamarcus was just in there. He supposed to have been taking a shower and washing his. I'm like, oh, hell no. I said, Lamarcus, get your ass in here and clean this up. Lamarcus like, huh? I said, Tasha, if you don't get your son, can you tell your son to get up in his bathroom and clean it up? So Tasha had to tell him to come in the bathroom and clean up. So I'm looking at him and I'm just like, and when I say blue, like you can see the blue. It's puddles of blue on the sink, inside the sink. And I'm looking at him wiping it up. Of course, he's making a more mess. You know how kids do, make more mess than cleaning it up. And I'm looking at him and I'm talking to him. I'm like, you didn't think to clean this up? Like you made this mess. You didn't think to be like, oh, let me wipe this up before I leave. No, of course he doing it with the attitude because he at that point he always used to love playing damn games, have his headphones on, playing whatever game he be playing, on the TV, on the game system. So he was like, no, I said, well, come on now. And I was about to say, didn't your mother teach you to clean up after yourself? But I was about to say that, but then I'm just like, she don't even fucking clean up after her damn self. Like she give her kids food like lunch at 12 o'clock, fix them some food at 12 o'clock. Yeah, everything good. Takes them about a half an hour for them to eat. One of her children, keep coming back and forth, later to get bits and pieces or whatever. At 2:30, them plates is still on the fucking table. I'm like, by now, and it's a mess. Kids, they make mess when they eat. She just leave it there from 12 o'clock, 12:30 or whatever, to like 2:30. That mess be on the counter. And then eventually she gets it and she cleans it up. But I'm just like, if they fucking finish eating by like 12:45, clean that shit up. Why leave it on a fucking table? Noodles, drips and stuff. Oh, and then the same thing about the damn microwave. I would clean our microwave out, and then I kid you not, that same day, somebody makes some noodles or warm up some food, and that shit get all inside the microwave again. I'm just like, man, just thinking about I'm getting a damn headache. But when I say that, I had to get up out of there. And that's just a couple of reasons. Like I had to get up out of there. I'm just like, I no, I can't be around this stuff. And then when I knew I was having a daughter or just a baby, but when I knew that she was a girl, I'm like, I don't want my daughter being raised around this energy in this household. And I'm like, my youngest sister was there, with her kids, and I'm just like, it's too much. It's already too many people in this house. It's just too much chaotic. Things be all over on the sink. The shower water don't be working properly. Like that water pressure is all fucked up. I mean, you could take a good shower, but the water don't stay warm or hot too long. You take a good ass 3-minute hot shower, and then after that, that water just get like warm, then cold. So in 5 minutes, your ass is freezing. So you gotta like hurry up and wash your ass good, unless you taking a cold ass shower. So I'm like, just stuff like that. And then like I'm thinking I gotta make her bottles, and then it's like all this stuff on the counter. And then I'm like, no. I was like, I can't have my daughter here. Can't have my daughter here. I love the people in the house. Y'all cool. But no, it wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work out. So when her dad was like, why don't we get a place together? I'm like, in my mind, like, I don't want to live with this motherfucker. Like, we have not. Okay, that's another video. I'm about to stop it here. But I might pick up later, well, not later, maybe tomorrow, on that, on maybe our relationship, me's and mine's. My daughter, dad, and I just know that we never been in a relationship. We was never boyfriend and girlfriend, boo and boo. I guess boo and boo. I don't know. We wasn't that. We haven't been that. But somehow he, another video. But anyways, yeah. I'm gonna stop it here. All right. Bye.